We
yes,
back.
sir.
We back. Up the score again. On the field, we were saying in the building, but we're not in the building right now. So we here at Wayne State, 707 Sound Mind, Sound Body, with one of the most phenomenal men in Detroit right now. We just gonna put it like that.
Yep.
And we're gonna let him introduce himself. Can you let the people know who you are, sir?
Coach Tyrone Wheatley, head coach Tyrone Wheatley of the Wayne State University.
Yes,
Behold,
sir.
the green and gold, baby.
Oh,
the Warriors, baby.
We in his home.
Yes, sir.
So we are excited and delighted to be able to be in your backyard.
I love it. Appreciate the
And,
opportunity.
this collaboration with Sound Mind, Sound Body is definitely something that we know is going to create a monumental situation for a lot of youth in Detroit. So can you just tell us, how you got involved with this collaboration and, why it's important to you?
Well, the collaboration started back in 2006 and 7.
Okay.
That's where myself and Kurt first teamed up and met. And as a matter of fact, the first Sound Mind, Sound Body camp was here at Wayne State.
It sure was.
It definitely
And,
was.
It sure was.
And so I've been in collaboration with Kurt, the mind trust behind this, and he told me his vision, and it was an incredible vision. And as you see what it is right now, it's turned from a vision into a reality and basically a platform. And and so for now, we've all kind of came to our own, meaning we've got ourselves to a place to where now we want to give. And so now we've just connected, right? So I have my platform, he has his, and what better way to connect, to come together and make it organic, right? To help these young men, not only just the young men, the coaches. So it's giving everybody a platform, and guess what? It's right here in the 313.
Right here, man.
Right here in the 313. And,
Right here.
Damn, dog, y'all about to get me emotional.
Hey, no, do that.
I'm gonna tell you like this.
Do it.
It's so many of us that love their sport, and there's so many men that give to guys that love their sport and give us opportunities to uplift not only ourselves but our families, right? A lot of guys, man, have done so much through this sport from the men that are on these fields. It's so amazing, and I would be remiss not to shout out the coaches. Give their time and their lives, man,
away from their
to
own
help
families.
from their own families to help these guys out.
Preaching,
That's why
man.
I was about to get so emotional, because it wasn't for coaches that was in my life that brought me to 7-on-7s. It wasn't like for men like Kurt to have these 7-on-7s and the Sound Mind and Sound Bodies that give guys like myself, you know what I'm saying?
Me.
Everyone, and platforms to change their lives, to change the trajectory of their life. Because you and I both know, man, the streets is basically undefeated.
Yep.
It's undefeated, right?
Yep.
And so if we can steal 4 or 5 from the streets and put them out here, put them into school, put them into college, we're winning. And so for me, it's just more than football, man. It's a big deal, man. It's a big deal.
Yes, sir.
And as you're saying that, man, like we here at Wayne State, and I really want to talk about that journey on how you got here. I want to touch a little bit on your collegiate journey, but I'm looking at the impact that God is putting you in position to make, and I thought about it like He want to help all of Detroit with bringing it grassroots. And God literally set you in if you look on the map, this is the middle of Detroit. This is literally the middle
Midtown,
of Detroit.
baby.
Yeah.
So
Up the skull.
Up the skull. So God done put you right where you can help service everybody, man. So can you give us a little background on man? I know you're phenomenal. I could say your stats. I really could myself, but I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna let you do that.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't remember the stats, but
I ain't gonna do you.
I'll put it this way: stats. At this moment in point in time, I don't think stats are really relevant.
Right.
I think what's really relevant, man, is A, what you guys are doing, and B, so you talked about God placing me here in the middle of Detroit, just kind of giving you my background. I'm from Inkster, Michigan.
Okay.
And, I have family, man, at East Side, West Side, Kettering, Henry Ford. So Detroit has always been a part of me, right? It's always been a part of me, even though I'm from Inkster. But like I say, just being able to come down. I go back to, y'all cats probably don't remember, y'all probably a little too young for it, but I go back to Jingle Boots and Earl Flynn.
Earl Flynn, yeah.
So I go back to that. But I was,
My uncle was one.
I was a little. When I say a little bit, I was one of those guys who was attracted to streets, right?
Okay, of
course.
And, I due to family situations, I dropped out of school in the 7th grade.
Wow.
Yeah, I dropped out of school in the 7th grade. And so when I tell you about coaches changing my life, I had some guys, Coach Dobbins and Coach Jones, Inkster Raiders, shout out to the Inkster Raiders, who brought me into play Pop Warner football.
Yeah.
And so now we bring it back to Detroit. Like I say, Detroit has always had a fond place in my heart because my conference used to play the PSL winner in the championship when we used to play, and we played the East Side Raiders, right? So it was the battle of the Raiders to see.
Yeah.
We won. We you know what I'm saying? We won.
Okay.
But I was getting, and it was crazy because back then I was getting recruited to come to Detroit to live with my grandmother to play Little League football in the PSL, and I didn't realize at a young age that football where it could take me. But I had guys telling me, hey, listen, you got to go to school. You got to stay out the streets. And then it just started manifesting from that. Then I got into high school, man, and my high school coach did a heck of a job, making sure I went to school, did what I did. And then was able to get a college scholarship for both track and football to go to University of Michigan.
Oh, you got track and football.
Yeah, I was a 2-time Big Ten champion hurler in Michigan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'll tell you an interesting fact. A lot of people don't know this.
That was a stat.
I
see?
did not know
Look at
that.
you.
No,
See,
no,
that
I
was
thought
a
I
knew
stat.
this man's
No, that
stat.
wasn't a fact. That was a fact. So I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of people don't know. I wasn't an All-American in football. I was second team All-American in football. I wasn't
I
the first
just
team.
lost the bet.
I was never first team All-American in
I
football.
just lost the bet.
But I was an All-American in track.
Okay, maybe I didn't. I can flip it and
You can
say
flip it.
yes.
But
There we go. Thank you.
everybody thought that I was an
Yeah.
All-American, first team All-American in football, but I wasn't.
I did.
wasn't-
That's what I thought I heard.
I wasn't
swear.
a first team All-American in football. I was second team, but I was first team All-American in track. So,
Okay, so I was right, but I was wrong.
yeah, and
All-American, but track.
but and so you're going back. This is my joint right here. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Hey, we can.
I'm gonna start jitting on y'all in a second,
I ain't from here. Hey, I know. I'm about to hit it.
man. All right.
Okay.
So,
My bad.
but kind of bring this thing full circle back to Sound Mind, Sound Body. Deion Johnson was my roommate in college, Detroit Martin Luther King.
Okay.
He and Kurt was good friends, and Kurt used to come up to Michigan with Deion.
Oh, really?
And so when I retired in 2004, then that's when this whole thing started talking, and that's how I got involved with Sound Mind, Sound Body.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's so y'all was roommates, you and Deion.
Me and Deion was roommates.
Wow, man. We was trying to get Deion on here because, and that's one thing we want to talk about too, that NIL situation, because his son,
Yes.
who's up in Michigan, they were able to correlate that NIL situation and make it something great. So what's your thought process behind NIL and what it has to offer?
I think it's a great deal. I really do. If the young men can keep it the main thing, meaning don't go to college just for an NIL deal.
Right. No,
Go
don't
to college,
do that.
build your, and it's just like it says, name, image, and likeness. Build your name, build your image, and then your likeness, and then it'll come. But
Yeah.
don't go to college and don't see, college is supposed to be transitional, not transactional.
Ooh.
You're making a transition.
Yeah, there it is.
You know what I'm saying? So
I
when
see
you
you,
go,
Chris.
it shouldn't be transactional. Because at the end of the day, once it becomes transactional, you lose the purpose of why you're really there.
Absolutely.
Education
Yep.
and to play
Yep.
college
Yep.
football and to help your team win.
I like that.
And I think that's the negative side that people is touching on. Like people need to talk about more. Is like you got to manage that. You got to have a balance, and you got to understand like education. Like you're a student athlete. Yeah, football is your way out, but also you got to understand that there's an educational piece that's very important.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But and just to be real with you, and we all know, man.
School's not for everybody. I know.
But at the end of the day, it's the parents. It's a lot of the parents.
There it
pushing
is. That's the parents. Yeah.
So it's how the parents push it, and like I say, if the guys have a good, solid foundation, I'm all for the NIL.
Absolutely. There it
sure,
is. As
for
long as it's done
sure.
the right way.
Yep.
Who are you a part of? Who's behind? Who's backing you? those are questions that college coaches are going to start asking now with the young athletes coming in now. Like, who's backing you? Because the name, that reputation is a big thing. You know what I'm saying? Who represents you? You know what I'm saying? How you represent yourself? What's that social media look like? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's big as a college coach. I'm pretty sure you see that a lot. You're like, man, I like this kid, but man,
I say it's character over everything.
There it is.
Right? Character over everything, because people always talk about, well, he's a good player. He has some issues, and so people have to understand. So everybody talk about this word, opportunity.
Yeah.
Everybody, opportunity. I just, back in the day, we didn't say opportunity. We used to just say, man, I just want to be put on. Just put me on.
Put me on.
Right?
Okay.
Just put me on.
Yep.
And we knew what that meant.
Yeah.
But so back in the day, we would always say, brother, I can't put you on. You got too much with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got too much with
It's
you.
too much
I can't
baggage,
put
baby.
you on. It got to get back to that.
And so right now, like I tell the kids, opportunity. And when you look at the word opportunity, the main word in the definition of opportunity is circumstances. And so when you look at circumstances, your circumstances must align with what's going on. So you can't. So let's go back to the NIL. Me as a football coach, I want my guys to graduate. Okay.
Right.
Now, I didn't go into University of Michigan, the greatest student of all, but I left a studious young man.
Yeah.
Okay.
I grew into a student.
Okay.
I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I was the greatest. No. I hated school much as anything in the
Man,
world.
Okay.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
You ain't the
Keeping
only
it
one,
real.
man. Keep it
I'm
real.
just gonna tell you, but
Yeah.
because I didn't understand it, because it was never part of my regime. But once it became a part of my regime, I started liking it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I started understanding it. Just like most people don't like lifting weights. Once you start lifting weights, the pain in lifting weights, the gains you get, you love it.
Yeah.
So, like, my wife always laughed at me.
I got to remember that because I ain't started
Hey,
yet.
listen, boy.
I gotta
Hey, that was a
remember
good one. Can you
but-
repeat that, please?
But my wife, so my wife always say, you're a clean freak. I said, I'm not a clean freak. I just hate junk. I don't love cleaning. I don't love cleaning up. I just
Okay.
hate junk.
Man.
I don't like lifting weights. I just love the results.
Oh, wait. Man.
I need this, bro. I
Motivation,
need this,
man.
Coach. I really need to hear this, and I'm pretty sure people need to hear this because it ain't no excuses.
No.
It's
Ain't
really
none.
Like I say, there's a lot of things we don't like. So I was pre-diabetic. I was up to about 300 pounds.
okay.
And I ain't gonna, because I was so focused on football and trying to coach and
Yeah.
trying to get to this point, I let myself go.
Yeah.
And so went to the doctor. He said, you're pre-diabetic, blah, blah, blah. We're going to put you on medicine. I said, hold on. I don't need no medicine. And I started doing this, I started doing this intermittent fasting. And my daughter was like, how are you just going to jump into intermittent fasting? I said, babe, it ain't the fact that how I'm going to jump. I don't want to be diabetic.
Right.
Yep.
I don't want diabetes.
Bottom line.
So it ain't the fact that I like celery. It ain't the fact that I like broccoli. I don't like diabetes.
Yeah.
So going back to,
Yeah, man.
once again, opportunity. I have the opportunity to get better. So what are my circumstances? Diabetes, eat what I want to eat, continue to beat my weight,
Yeah.
or
Change
eat what
the
I need to
narrative.
eat. And see, this is where the word comes in, and this is what these young folks don't realize, and I tell people all the time, we as adults need to change our wording because we use this word sacrifice too much.
Okay.
People say, well, coach, I don't sacrifice nothing. I've never sacrificed a damn thing in my life.
Okay.
I've committed and prioritized.
There it is. I needed that one. Committed
You wrote-
and power. I
you
needed
had
that
to
one.
write that down, bro.
No, I
'cause
never wrote it down.
no.
I've never sacrificed nothing a day in my life. I've committed and I prioritized. Because let's go back to the diabetes.
Right.
So if you sit here saying, I'm pre-diabetic, but damn it, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm the original Cookie Monster, dog. I'm blue. I'm the original Cookie Monster.
Okay.
I'm telling you. I go buy a dozen of cookies, them damn things gonna make it
Go.
out the store. But here's the deal.
Golly, coach.
Do I sacrifice the cookies because I love the taste?
Yeah.
Or do I commit to not being diabetic? Or do I prioritize my health
Choices.
and my family because of the circumstances?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Once again, so me as a football coach, I'm going to give you a list of things that I need you to do and need you to become in order to be on my football team. And every coach is going to have those. But you coming in, sitting here saying, I want X, Y, and Z. Our circumstances don't align.
That sounds like marriage. That's
so
relationships, period.
Don't align, so then you miss out on your opportunity.
Right.
Ooh-wee.
Right.
So people always say, I'm looking for, dude, the opportunity. You create the opportunity.
Yes, sir.
You don't look for an opportunity. You create it. You create the
Upthescore.
opportunity. But
You
at the end of the
confirming
day-
something, brother.
But at the end of the day, once you create the opportunity, now you must align your circumstances with somebody else's. Here's another thing, though.
Connect the dots.
Here's another one. You look up the word context.
Context. Okay.
Context.
Okay.
Circumstances is also in context.
Okay.
Okay? And so people say, well, what's the thing of context? What's the biggest thing people always say when you're having an argument or you're talking or you're speaking? Man, you took my words out of context.
Yep.
You're taking it out of context.
Misconstrued it.
You misconstrued it, right?
Yeah.
So here's the deal. Your word or you as a person, if you have a program, should never be taken out of context if I tell you exactly what I want in the circumstances.
Dang.
If you understand the circumstances, it can never be taken out of
It
context.
can never be taken out of
Man.
context. Perfect point, man.
It can never be taken out of context. So, Coach, I didn't understand. You understood what the hell I said.
Yeah, you did.
Be here at 6 o'clock.
You understood that a simple assignment.
Yeah.
That's simple instructions.
Yeah.
Simple
What I
instructions.
thought. That's your problem. You thought.
Oh,
Right.
golly.
You know what I mean? So,
Oh, my
and
God.
I see that you really hold your staff accountable.
So that's one of my three core values. That's number one of my three core values: accountability, dependability, and availability. Because, see, first and foremost, it goes back to content opportunity. We all have this opportunity. But the biggest thing in opportunity, you got to be accountable, right?
Yes, sir.
So, but
Yes,
now,
sir.
if I know if I can count on you,
Yep.
I know I can depend on you.
That's right. That's right.
Damn it, if you're dependable, you're going to be available,
That's right. Because they all work together. I get you.
you know?
I see where you at.
Yeah.
I see where you at, man.
Yeah.
Coach, you building something real tough over here, Coach.
You definitely got to be on the coach's
building
corner,
something.
definitely. I'm hungry, man, watching all this football today. Shout out to my people over across the way. Detroit Wing Company, man. Let's see what they hitting for. What is this, lemon pepper? Boy, that lemon pepper and everything's homemade? Oh, man. This lemon pepper is bussin'. So, yeah, make your way to all the Detroit Wing Company locations throughout Detroit. Shout out to Detroit Wing Company. Sound mind, sound body.
And like, you know, so, but when you talk about, so all the things we were just talking about basically led me back to here. So, and what really brought me back here was, I was with the Denver Broncos, and another funny story, but a link. So Eric Bieniemy, I took a visit coming out of high school.
Okay.
Colorado was one of my 5 visits. And Eric Bieniemy was my host when I went to Colorado.
Right. Okay.
So now he's one of the best OCs out in the game right now.
Okay.
And and it's a lot of brothers that's not getting that shot. You know, you have to either be a quarterback coach or you have to be in a certain position to get these shots.
Yeah.
And so, man, one day, and it was an old clip, and it was of what's my man name who does Madeira?
Oh, Tyler Perry.
So Tyler Perry was on stage giving his speech, and I'm gonna just paraphrase it, and it was him talking about, you know, asking for a seat at the table and trying to get in these big studios and all these
Right.
other productions and all this thing. And so he just said something, and have you ever been in church and the preacher preaching a sermon, and you like, damn, is he talking to me?
Yeah.
Man, if the shoe fit,
And you gotta look down like
it might be you.
You looking like,
He was all up our conversation last
Right.
night, wasn't he?
so you look at your wife like,
Did you talk to him? Man.
So when Tyler Perry said this, Tyler Perry said, listen, I got tired of trying to talk to these execs and trying to ask for a seat at the table. I'll make my own table. And so
up the score. He up the score.
And so I was trying to basically get to the point of getting in the NFL or be a major Division I guy. You know what? But then when I heard that,
Yeah.
I said, you know what, damn it, I'm gonna make my own table.
Okay.
No matter how big or how small, it's my table.
It's yours.
And then I can
yours.
invite whoever I want at this table. I can feed however many mom I want to to
Yes,
at
sir.
the table.
Yes,
Because
sir.
guess what?
Yes, sir.
While I'm on the stage in the NFL,
Yes, sir.
I'm working for somebody else, and I have to go ask him,
Yes,
can I
sir.
bring
Yeah.
my boy to the table?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But guess what? And so when this job came available, I said, there's my table.
There's my
your
table.
There's my table.
Coach,
I can set it however I want to set it.
I gotta say this because I say it on every show, man. So we, like you said, we built the table, right? I always say there's a lot of room at the table. Just bring your chair and your plate and clean up your mess when you leave.
You know?
That's all I ask. But the table's still gonna be here.
Yes.
I spray some disinfectant on it, wipe it off. You know what I'm saying? If it's wood, it's cherry wood, I'ma polish it up. You know what I'm saying? Need some new knobs at the bottom, I'ma tighten it up. That's my table.
It's your table.
You know what I'm saying? But I got plenty of room for you though. You can bring your chair, you can bring your plate.
So let's go back to the opportunity.
Yes, sir.
So some people may feel like this table isn't big enough or doesn't have the things or the platform it needs to push them off, right? But let's talk about circumstances. Go back to circumstances.
Come on, Coach.
Oh man.
You sitting there with nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I
You sitting
don't
there
like.
with nothing, but I was always tired, and I seen my grandmother do it. Make $1 out of 15 cents.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
Better
sir.
make it stretch.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you get compounded interest? So everybody looking at the circumstances. Jay-Z had the best line ever, or one of the best line ever.
Which one? I
You
mean,
know what I'm and like I said, resonates with me. And I'm sorry for cursing.
It's
but
all good,
he
Coach.
Said, what you eat don't make me shit.
It don't.
So
he ain't lied though.
So everybody's looking at everybody else's circumstances.
Right.
Understand your circumstances.
Right.
And once again, make it a line.
Yep.
Make it a line.
Yep.
So, like I say, you know, like the kids now, they look at Wayne State in a certain type of way. It ain't this, it ain't that. But my man, you want to play football? The football field here is the same length as it is here, as it is in Ann Arbor.
You feel me?
If you score a touchdown, it's the same 6 points as it is here, as it is in Ann Arbor.
Yeah.
I hope y'all listening. I
on,
hope
man.
y'all listening because you know, green is green.
And at the end of the day,
Yes,
so
sir.
we talk about guys wanting to go to the NFL. Listen, everybody in Alabama don't go to the NFL. So
They don't.
How many people get
They
in the NFL a
businessmen.
year?
you want? I would think it's what is it, 1,200,
1,200.
right? So, but here's the crazy part about it, though. When I was at Morgan State, I put 5 guys in the NFL.
Okay.
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 5 guys in the NFL.
Okay.
Here, I'm gonna put about in the next 2 or 3 years. I'm gonna get about another 2 or 3.
Yes,
so if
sir.
NFL
Talk to
is your
him, Coach.
deal. We could put them in here. You can go.
Yeah.
You can go.
But can
can
they
go.
get past the circumstances?
Can they get past
That's the
the circle?
circumstances.
I was listening, Coach.
Can they get
that's
past?
a- listening,
That's the
Coach.
title of the episode.
I'm just
Can you
saying.
get past
So,
your
Because at the end of the
circumstances?
day, at the end of the day, I'm just be real with you. Well, people always say, "Well, Tyrone, you know, you went to Michigan. Why can't a man chase those dreams?" Now, let's be real. Once again, let's go to that word circumstance. Brother, I was coming out of high school. I was 6'1", 205, running the 4.3.
Sheesh.
All right. You 5'11", running a 4.6. Now, there's some guys that can go play at Michigan running that. But my point is, if a Tyrone Wheatley has Michigan, you ain't stepping on the field.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless I'm tight.
Right. Right. Because you getting your numbers.
You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you going to do yours.
And then a young Timonga Biaka Batuka steps on behind me.
Right.
That can make
Right.
a brother miss in the phone booth and go from here to the other side of the track while it's raining and still don't get wet.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
He
You
not
gotta
lying.
get on the field with them 2 guys on there.
Yeah.
Circumstances, right?
Yeah.
So you need to go home like any business that goes in that back room and do inventory. You need to take inventory of who you really are. And have your mom and daddy tell you the damn truth because you don't piss honey, my man.
I feel like you're talking to me.
No.
Hey, no, but like you just said, like you went church.
No,
If you're like he talking
Like-
to you. Yeah,
Because
we got you.
What you really saying is whether we we talking sports and moving, but that's like a rule for life.
Yeah.
Like what you saying is like, bruh, you got to make sure your stuff tight if you really trying to go for the real goal. You know what I mean? And not make no circumstances your reason for not pursuing it, man.
Because at the end of the day, listen, man, there's many ways to get to 4. You might go 3 + 1. You might go 2 + 2. I might go 5 - 1.
Yeah.
Same equals the same thing,
We
baby.
get to 4, but we might just take different routes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
see what I'm
sir.
saying?
Yes, sir.
And that's the same thing with circumstances. Everybody think the route is to Ann Arbor. That ain't the only route. Or East Lansing. That ain't the only route. Or Ypsilanti. That ain't the only route.
They better come on down 94.
There you go.
They better come on 94. Come
There
on
you
down
go.
94,
Hey,
man.
boy.
Located in the, like I said, this destination for Detroit, this school is in the middle of Detroit, man. So if all the high schools, and I'll say in Detroit, but Metro Detroit and Inkster, all the way out there, if they don't see the value in what you saying and what you stand for, then I don't know what we doing in Detroit. Because
Man.
why wouldn't we not want to support and be involved with the home college? This is our home college. This is the college that's on national level in Detroit, the only one.
Yeah, the only one.
So why would we not want to go first priority to home first and then try to resource everywhere else, man?
My grandmother told me this, sometimes, man, the furthest star shines the brightest. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Sometimes the furthest star shines the brightest. So sometimes,
Well.
things that are away from home looks better.
Yes, sir.
You're a parent, right?
Yes, sir.
You can tell your son something. Somebody else could tell him the same thing. It's the greatest thing that his son has ever heard. All right?
You came to me with that stuff not too long ago.
Okay? All right? But
You're
that's
right.
That's just life, right? And that's just
sir.
the way it is. And so it goes back to now, I must be able to put this thing out there and say, you don't need to go far. It's right here.
Yep, right here.
It's right here.
Yes, sir.
Whatever you need, whatever you want, it's right here. Well, Coach, the facilities, once again, that facility, I ain't gonna lie to you. Do we need work on the facilities? Yeah, but a facility ain't never graduated nobody. A facility ain't never put nobody in the NFL.
Man.
I done seen them steps do more for a player than a facility.
You feel me?
Seriously.
And I'll put it to you this way. I was at Michigan before they even had all that. Did me well.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Did me
Man.
well.
Come
Yeah.
on now.
So the dream is possible.
The dream is not. It's what you want, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's what you want, but you have to be real with yourself. Right? You know what I'm saying? And so, like I say, your route to 4 may not be 2 + 2. But everybody want that route to be 2 + 2 to go down.
No, everybody route is different. I know that.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
what you saying is so key because it's some people that don't even want to try to add it up. You know what I mean? So in Detroit, we know that we facing a lot of outside energy that's causing us to think that our circumstances is supposed to stop us. But in essence, it should, drive us. You know what I mean? But what you're saying, if these, we getting this out to everybody. We getting this podcast out to everybody.
Right,
they need to hear what you're saying, bro.
Let me just say this. So, I suggest everybody do this. It's called the SWOT analysis. All right? And remember I told you about doing inventory. This is basically like doing inventory. So a SWOT analysis is really basically what's your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Right? I suggest you sit down, look yourself in the mirror, and have some of your closest people do the same for you. Right? Have them write down the top 5. So your strength, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. Right?
Okay.
And so now, once you do that, now remember the word opportunity in there, right? Okay, cool. So people always say, well, look at my circumstances. Your circumstances, the worse they are, the better you are.
Okay.
The worse they are, the better you are.
Coach, you got me hyped, man. You got me hyped, Coach.
Yeah.
You're talking to a young man who was born to a mother at the age of 15. My father was murdered when I was 2. She became addicted to heroin at the age of 20. I was raised by my grandmother. Had a brother and a sister that I raised. Told you I dropped out of school.
Seventh
not for
grade.
1 year,
Seventh grade.
For 2 years.
Wow.
So what I'm saying is, the worse your circumstances are, the better you are. Why? Because there's nothing in your life that you have to avoid.
Yes, sir.
You're right about that.
Yes, sir.
The second portion of it is this. Makes you strong. I'm battle tested.
Yes, sir.
The only thing now is the biggest threat is me.
It's you. Yep.
The biggest weakness is me. I don't have the opportunity. Remember, the opportunity is there.
Yep.
Like I told you, I was a little three-knucklehead. We used to box. So I was a hustler, but not in dope. I was a street hustler in terms of using my athleticism. We used to box in the park. I got 2 cuts on my ass for bare knuckle boxing in the park. The dope boys in the hood used to be like, yo, this is my guy. We in the park. I'm 12 years old boxing 16 and 17-year-olds.
Hustling.
That's how I get my money. I go pay the rent. I race a dude. I give you a 2-yard, 3-yard hair start. I beat you by 2 yards. Give me my money. I'm dunking in the 7th grade. I'm doing dunk contests against guys. Give me my money.
You was a real hustler.
So, but it's just like the boys on the street. Some of our street thugs and some of our street boys are some of the most knowledgeable and intriguing people in the world. But if they could just take that ingenuity and put it to something else, imagine where they'll be.
Yeah.
So like I said, that's how I got found.
Oh, really?
In the streets. One of my coaches was like, who the hell is this?
He said, my man just going crazy.
Yeah. And so they brought me on. But once again, my circumstances, right? So now, all I did was just take what was considered a negative, or just take what I thought was no good. I took my circumstances, and now all of a sudden somebody was trying to give me something, and our circumstances aligned.
Boy.
I got it.
He was looking.
Wow.
So here's the next thing, though. Here's the next thing. I wasn't a disciplined person,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
I didn't like being told what to do.
Okay.
But once again, he set a table up for me. Put the food in front of me. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Come on.
Boy.
Now,
Wow.
if this is what I want, if this is what I want to get out of, now all of a sudden, it's not the fact that, once again, I don't like being yelled at.
Yeah.
I don't like doing suicides in basketball.
Right.
But guess what? I like being around people that care about me.
Yeah.
And that means a
I like
lot.
being free. I don't like being locked up.
Yeah.
I don't like bullets whizzing past my head.
Man.
Yeah.
But guess what? I've now learned to grow and love my coach holding me accountable. Wheatley, you better than that. Why you didn't touch the line? Give me 5 more.
Yeah. I
Whereas
like
most
that.
people look at it as, man, he tripping. No, I'm tripping.
That's accountability. That's big right there. So it seemed like you're big on integrity. It seemed like you're real big on integrity, bro.
I've seen it in my life, man, because I've seen it destroy so many good people. And once again,
The lack of integrity.
the lack of it. Well, and it's not so much as that they don't have integrity. It's just, it's the biggest. Once again, people let their circumstances, whether good or bad, either hinder them or blind them.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I see where you're at.
So I didn't let mine hinder me. I didn't let it blind me.
Yeah.
Because once again, what's the other side? I can hustle, for a little dollars here, or hustle for a little, crumbs here, and be a neighborhood legend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a park, so the park that I used to box at and used to run and play hoop at was called Penn Park, and we called it Penn Park University.
Okay.
And we called it Penn Park University because all the greats went to school, flunked out, didn't make it, will come back and light that park up. Brother, I'm telling you, have some
Wow.
of the best. It was Penn Park University.
Wow.
Oh, man, Pro
Is it
AM at
still
its
a park now?
finest.
Yes, it's still a park, yeah.
I dang on there want to go to the park, bro. We got to go to Easter anyway, so I'm gonna make sure that we check that out, man. And because we also doing a lot with the youth football, so we're going to Inkster. Hey, it's the Buccaneers? The Inkster Buccaneers.
Buccaneers.
So we're going to do an expose with them, And I'm definitely gonna take a swing around Penn Park, man. I want to see.
Beach Daily. It's on Penn and Beach Daily.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna check it out, man.
Nice.
So what would you say to a kid that really wants to pursue life at its fullest, but is allowing circumstances to get in his way? Because your story, nobody can pull nothing over on you. So what would you say to that kid who coming along with your same story?
Just understand, man, that life is not easy. And if you can understand that, people want it to be easy. It's never easy, and it's not simple. So once again, once you sit, that's why I say, once you sit down and you do your SWOT analysis, like for me, like I said, growing up, there was never a fight that I didn't like.
Oh, that was your thing.
There was never a fight I didn't like.
Okay.
I go someplace, I get mollywopped, I come back, I'm smiling, but I got 6 on him though.
Right.
I got 6 going on him though.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I had to now whether that was a physical fight, a verbal fight, I just love confrontation.
Okay.
So that was one of my weaknesses. So guess what I started doing? I started learning conflict resolution.
You countered the. Okay.
So you have to know thyself, man.
Yeah.
Lean out on thy own
Man.
understanding.
I got you.
Amen.
Because that's what happens. Because we start asking questions. Why this? Why? You don't have those answers.
Yes, sir.
You don't.
What you do have is control over yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like once again, I didn't go to clubs. You know
Okay.
why I didn't go to clubs? Once again, let
You
some
like to
come
fight.
off.
You
I'm
love
in
to
it.
fight.
You with it.
You don't even know how to do what you in
But
it.
then at the end of the day, Castor was carrying that steel.
Yeah.
And you can't punch hot slugs, brother.
Yeah.
Right? But then, at the end of the day, I started enjoying being in the gym more. I enjoyed, once again, I didn't like lifting weights, but I became, all of a sudden, man, these guns getting bigger. You see what I'm saying? My 6-pack is coming in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I started liking that. I started liking when I walked on the damn field, motherfucker. I'm sorry, but I'm getting a little pumped up right now. I apologize.
No,
I'm
you
like
good.
walking on the field, guys looking at me like, damn, he is what they say he is.
Right. You started being the physical manifestation of.
So then that song like Snoop came out with, every other city we go, every other video, no matter where I go, I see the same.
Hey.
It's no matter where you go, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But guess what? On that field, that's my party. That's my party, dog. Because at the end of the day, it's exclusive. Only 22 is invited.
Yeah.
And you coming and watch me.
Yeah. I like that.
So there's a lot of vanity, but you know, at the end of the day, but once again, young man that wants to pursue just life in its general, not just sport, he has to understand himself. He has to understand what his threats are to himself.
Okay.
He has to counter those. But then at the end of the day, enjoy the process. It may not come when you want it,
But it's
but
gonna
at
be
the end
right
of the
on
day,
time, boy.
Go back to my Jay-Z quote, what somebody else eat don't make you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right? But then then here's the next thing though. Start finding people that aligns with you. You gotta go seek those folks. Even to this day,
deep.
I have guys, mentors that I call to this day. You gotta find people that align with you. So now, here's the deal. Here's the next thing. Well, what about my boys? What about my people? What about my family?
Good one. Yeah.
All those who come up with you can't go with you.
Yeah. Small circle guys.
Once again, their circumstances are different.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you? I know we talking about two different sports, but do you feel like that's one of the situations that might have Ja Morant in this situation?
Most definitely. Because listen, I tell people this all the time. I'm from the streets. I'm not of the streets.
Yeah.
Right.
Two different things. I grew up with all type of dudes. You know them, hitters, gunners. I grew up with all of them.
Right.
I know them. I hung around them. But I knew when distance myself.
Yeah, me
and
too.
I know when to say, yo, I ain't about that life.
Yes, sir.
I know it. I see it. I can understand it. Right?
Yep.
I may not agree with a lot of it,
Yep.
but I understand it.
Yep.
But I'm from the streets.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But see, we get a lot of these dudes that's from the streets, and now they get to a point in their life, now they want to become of the streets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're not of the streets because if you're of the streets, you don't leave it. You're still there.
Wow.
You're of it. It's of you.
I
It's
know
a
you.
part of
I know you threw so many people off with that because they probably
Man.
didn't think of it that way.
They gonna run it
That's
back.
the right way to think of it.
It's of you. You're of the streets.
Yo. Man, I don't know how the recruiting go. I don't know how it go for school and how you do that. But if I was an athlete and you came to talk to me, I'm going to Wayne State. I need that, bro. Like seriously, like I'm almost inclined to make sure I'm calling you just to have a normal conversation because this ain't playing. This is really pouring out of you to really like and. I put it like this.
It's a ministry, man.
When you retired from everything, you could have just chilled and not did none of this. You didn't have to coach. You was well off. So for you to really bottle this stuff up, man, and want to offer it to kids, man, sign me up, man. I'm going back to school.
But it goes back to I knew I wanted to coach when I was in Little League.
Oh, for real?
I knew I wanted to coach when I was in Little League. Okay. Man, and I'm gonna just tell you because what this not only just football, basketball, all my coaching, but what the sport did for me, man. Like I say, man, because here's the biggest thing in the world. Like a kid. Baby girl want to idolize her mom. Sometimes young men want to idolize their dad. When something touches you, you really want to emulate that. Mm-hmm. And like I told you, my coaches touched me because they took me from a situation and circumstances where I'm at home by myself. Mm. You know, idle mind is devil playground.
Yes, it
Absolutely.
is. Yes, sir.
Tell you how much of a knucklehead I was, man. I used to climb up on top of houses with a BB gun, and when people's car would stop at the stop sign, I would shoot their
Oh,
window out.
my God.
Oh.
So you was the one that said don't stop in Detroit. Just keep rolling.
And he out in Eastern. He out in Eastern.
Oh, he's out
doing
in
this.
Eastern doing this.
But I'm just saying, but this is what I'm saying because it gave me, so if a kid is raised, and I'm not saying I wasn't raised right, I had a lot of anger issues.
Okay.
I had a lot of, and this is what I'm saying, the circumstances at that point in time gave me a lot of excuses to say, that's why I'm doing this.
Okay.
Yeah.
But redirected my circumstances, these coaches gave me the opportunity to say, when you get bored, think about your teammates.
Right.
Think about me. Think about what I did for you to get you out of this situation.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now the circumstances you in, the anger that you had, you want to go fight somebody, the anger that you had, you want to go shoot somebody's car window out, say that for this damn weekend.
Yeah.
Channel it.
Yeah,
Channel it.
channel it.
Say that for this weekend. The
Yeah.
anger you got, say that for the Detroit Cobras.
Yeah.
Say that for the Detroit Cannon Tars.
What's going on, Doc?
That's that,
You know, so save it for that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I tell people it's a priority. Your circumstances, when redirected and understood, it becomes your greatest asset.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I'm definitely going. That's in my head, and I'm not. God has blessed us to do what we're doing, but that for us is motivation because you know we had to make that up in our minds that you know any industry can be brutal, like football, media, but when you able to, like what you're saying, fight through the adversity and not let the excuses or the circumstances determine the outcome. that's you really confirming why we here today, man, as Upthescore podcast, being able to do what we do. And, again, we just grateful that you went through what you went through, honestly, because we probably wouldn't be at this point today. You know what I mean?
So when people talk about, people always talk about God has favor on your life, right?
Yeah.
So you got to understand one thing. Favor doesn't always mean he puts you in the best positions, right?
Right.
So I might go through something so somebody else don't bear it. But because he has favor on my life, I'm able to go through it and withstand it to take it off somebody else, but my blessing is coming some other way.
Amen. Amen.
So, and it was always said that what you might thrive through may kill me.
Yep.
And what may kill me, you might thrive in.
Yep.
I ain't never heard that.
So I'm saying,
I'm be honest, I never heard
but
it
at the
before.
end of the day, we come together, and it's all love at one point, because I went through what I went through, so my sister and brother didn't have to go through much.
Right.
My brother right now is one of the biggest sales reps and managers for Myers. He goes around, from state to state, rebuilding Myers. My sister's a dental hygienist.
Okay.
You're talking about somebody whose mom died when she was at 56 years old. No fathers in their lives.
Right.
So don't tell me it can't be done.
I see the Warriors going very far.
Don't tell me it can't be done.
Wayne,
Is it gonna be some days where you cry? Is it gonna
Absolutely.
be some days
Feel
that
those
you-
emotions.
You know what I'm saying?
Feel
But at the
those
end of the day-
emotions.
But at the end of the day, that's where you got to get that plan going.
Absolutely.
That's where you got to get that plan going. That's where you got to humble yourself and bend them knees and not ask for something to be given to you, but ask God, dear Lord, that put somebody in your life that's going to help you and give you the, like they say, give you the wisdom.
yes, sir.
Yes,
Give you the
sir.
wisdom. Because at the end of the day, really all you need is your health and wisdom. Because if you don't have health, you can't forge forward.
Yeah.
That's
If
it.
you don't have the wisdom, I can give you all the money, I can give you all the opportunities in the world, but if you don't have the wisdom
You
to
lose
know how
it.
to use, there you go.
You'll lose it. Man.
Wayne State, I'm telling y'all did
blessed.
the right
Y'all
thing
blessed, Wayne State.
hiring this man here. Like, we definitely got to do a part 2 to this,
We
because
got to do it, definitely.
I'm gonna get my free mentorship. I'm getting my free mentorship.
Hey, listen, I'm inspired right now.
Seriously.
Motivated.
I appreciate
I've been looking for a mentor.
Listen,
and
man.
I think I might have to sign up for mentorship, sir. Because
Yes, sir.
It's no sign up, man.
Ain't no-
Like,
It
just happens,
It's no
huh?
sign up because, like I say, listen, man. Listen. I'm at a point. I'm 51 years old, man, and I'm at a point in my life right now. Like I told you, this is my table, and right now, baby, this is the supper. I'm here to feed folks.
That's
yes,
it.
sir. Yes, sir.
That's it.
Yes,
So,
sir.
man.
Good.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
And so for right now, like I say, man, listen. It's a love. Like I say, once again, it's a love, man, because, and I keep using the word love for the simple fact that I love what I do.
Absolutely.
I love what I do, man. That there's nothing more for me to wake. People ask me a lot of times, right, man, wait, man, how can you wake up at 5 in the morning, go to bed at 2 in the morning, and you forget to eat?
I do it all the time, bro.
Till this day, I just ate for like not too long ago. Yeah, you get called up.
I got people calling me. My wife will call me. I got guys in the room.
You just gotta
will
call
me. Hey, did you eat?
You good?
Make sure you eat, coach. Go eat.
There you go.
'Cause
You
you'll
gotta
forget.
rejuvenate.
Forget.
That's passion, man.
I love it.
That's passion, man.
I
That
love it.
passion will
Man.
have you zoned in, and I believe that when you got passion for something, it'll give you an extraordinary ability to succeed.
Yeah. And
So this
now,
is phenomenal.
I'm good with you. And so when I say love, so I love what you guys are doing.
Appreciate you, coach.
Thank you, man.
You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
Coach.
I love what
Thank you,
you
Coach.
guys are doing. I love what Kurt is doing. Because how many times have you ran across somebody and they said, oh, y'all got your little podcast going?
all the time.
I don't know if it's
All
little
the
no more
time.
after today.
Hey, we all the time. We
Go.
all the time.
But
I hear you, Coach. I'm listening.
But you see what I'm saying?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, you got your little bit. How's it going?
Yep. Yep.
I love what you guys are doing.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Coach.
Because at the end of the day, us. And even still, not just making it a race thing, but us.
Us, yeah.
How many times and how many ways do we get fought and trampled and beat and stomped on, not just by the outside world, but then to turn around and get stomped on by somebody that look like you?
Man.
I'll
That
wait.
sat next to. That broke bread with.
That's tough right there, man.
You feel me? So at the end of the day, when I say love, man, I am talking about if I can help, I will. And sometimes just like you say, just by showing the love, that'll give somebody inspiration.
Man.
Just to give them the strength. I'm gonna tell you this. Man. And this meant so much to me, and I didn't realize it. So I used to be like I said, I was a fighter, but I was also a jokester.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
I like doing practical. I was a practical, prankster, man, practical joke guy. And so one day I just wasn't having a great day, man. I wasn't having a great day. And I came to practice, my face was down, and I just wasn't there.
Yeah. Okay.
I had two people come to me that night. We was in camp. I had two people came to me that night. I was like, man, you good? I said, yeah, man, I'm just going through some stuff, man,
Right. Right.
They was like, dude, I needed you today. They was like, no matter what goes on in your life, we always knew we was gonna be there with some joke, with something going on, pissing somebody off or doing something. We needed that, we.
Yeah.
We needed that.
Yeah.
The love you have for everybody, just joking and picking with everybody.
Yeah.
I needed that.
Dang.
So I didn't know.
How did that make you feel, though?
It made me feel great. Although, even though what I was going through, it made me say, man, suck that stuff up and let's go.
Yeah.
It's too shall pass.
Absolutely.
Yes, too
Absolutely.
shall
It's
pass.
too shall pass. But at the end of the
Absolutely.
day, why are you down? It was when my mother passed away. And then 2 weeks later, my grandmother passed away. So I was kind of down. It kind of hit me. And people was like, well, your people died. Yeah, they died. That's part of life. It's evolution. It's just the way things go.
Yeah.
But guess what? She gave me life.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
here. My
Amen.
grandmother took care of me, did the best she could.
Absolutely.
I'm here.
Appreciate
Look where
the
I'm at
black
now,
women in my
Grandma.
life.
Look where I'm at now, man.
Absolutely. Look where
Why
I'm
should I
at
be
now,
sad
Ma.
you moved on? It's a part of life.
Yeah.
Now let me go do my job. Now let your life be in vain.
Absolutely.
And carry on the legacy.
And
That's
carry
what I say. I tell people this is, a little something I say to people. You can either be a legacy builder or a legacy killer.
Yeah.
And I know which one I choose.
But that was the thing. So when it goes back, so when I say love, man, showing y'all love, and it's genuine, it might inspire you, might make you feel good. Like I could be on here, I could be a sourpuss, and then I leave and I'm like, man, the hell was man?
Right.
Draining your energy.
Right.
You know, damn energy vampire.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's infuse.
Energy
man.
match
Let's love.
energies. Yeah.
And that's what that's for, because it might just inspire somebody just to be great, to do great. You never know what a smile or how you may feel.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, I mean, first of all, we in your backyard once again. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
For really knowing what's important. First of all, because this is important. You could be anywhere. Wife getting called. That's
Yeah.
But because your priorities are in order, these things can happen. So, is there anybody that you would like to shout out or mention that really understands how to look past circumstances, or anybody that you want to give a shout out to before we
it's really it's a lot out there, but I'm just say this, man. What's going on, man? I would just say this. Detroit, right? Look at the city as a whole, man. It's rebounded. It's come back. has been
There
through
go
what
my
it's been
sons. What's up, sons? Hey, what's
know.
up, son? Don't act like you don't see me, son.
Better check the boy, we up, let's go.
through. First of all, like once again, when we talking about circumstances aligning, man, it's the city. The city's making a comeback. The city has been down. The city has had its issues, but it's always stayed strong. Same with me, man. And so I just think the city, because when I came home and I took the job, the welcome was warm. It was incredible. So I thank the city first and foremost.
For sure.
Second of all, man, once again, my man, really without Kurt, none of this is.
Absolutely, man.
Without
Shout out to
Kurt,
Coach
none of
Blackwell.
this. So the brain trust, the brainchild of sound mind, sound body,
Yeah.
you know, and all the guys who work with him that understand people, these men don't get paid for doing this.
No.
It's passion. These are passionate people.
These men don't get paid
They
for this.
passionate. That's what it is. They passionate.
And so I see a lot of these, like shout out to Coach Oden. I done seen his son from the seed, now all of a sudden to this big old plant, great plant producing fruit. I done seen these kids raised through sound mind, sound body.
Yeah.
Will Johnson. I done seen these kids raised through it.
Yeah, man. It's a
And so-
testimony.
And so, like I'm saying, so when you say it's too many people to shout out,
I feel you. I see
I
you.
mean,
I see it. I get it.
And I
You don't want to miss
I don't wanna
nobody.
miss nobody, but it's just so many people, man.
For
sir.
sure.
And I'm just, like I said, I just always want to be one of them guys who want to give people their flowers while they still living. And so for
sure.
anybody who's touched me along the way, you know how I feel about you, and you know who you are.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir, man.
Appreciate
And we I'm happy that they did, get their hands on you, man, catch you out in those streets and saw the value. You know what I mean? They saw something bigger than what you could see at that time, man.
Yes.
And you doing the same thing. You in that same vein. So it pays off, man. So if y'all watching this, go for it, man. Be
Go for it,
passionate,
man.
And don't let these circumstances
Don't
stop
be
you.
scared.
He just gave it to you. He gave it to you in
Fly.
a nutshell, man. So we appreciate you, Coach.
Man, I appreciate
Yeah.
y'all. Thank you,
Much success to you here at Wayne State with the
luck to you this
Warriors,
season,
man.
man.
I know you're gonna do your thing, man.
Yes, sir.
'cause
Next time I come to the crib, can I bring my chair and table, my chair and plate?
Bring it. I got
I
to say, man,
bet.
it's here.
I'll bring my chair and plate, man.
So, I'm gonna leave y'all, like I told the coaches. So the Detroit football coaches was like, man, can we come to practice? I said, I never said y'all couldn't come to practice.
whoa, y'all did that. That was in that. That was up here.
Miss-
You didn't have nothing to do with that.
So, but then they hit me with this one. I'm just being respectful and asking. I appreciate that.
Okay.
But did I tell you couldn't come?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes,
Did I
sir.
tell you couldn't come?
You didn't. You ain't tell him that.
Say
didn't
none
tell
of
her
that.
that,
Up the skull.
So y'all make sure y'all listening wisely, man. Y'all gonna be able to catch it. So Wayne State University head coach, Warriors, Tyrone Wheatley.
Yes, sir.
What else can we say, man? We here at Wayne State, and we gonna be here tomorrow. I might just have to have you on tomorrow too for a hot second, bro.
Hey, man, listen.
I'm
That's
sorry.
if you here.
I'm sorry. I might have to
No,
have you on here tomorrow.
Absolutely.
No, I'll be here.
I need a part two, man. Cause you too much, man. You too much.
Alive, man.
I'm about to soon as he press it up.
Showtime about to
I
start
promise
up,
on
baby.
everything. I'm going to write and take notes because I'm that type of guy. I know where you at with it. So
Yeah.
keep up the great work, coach.
No, man, I appreciate it, baby.
And we
Thank you.
locked in,
Once
man.
man.
again, we locked in.
Yep. Hey,
sure.
once again, I'm gonna tell you, I appreciate this, man.
Up
Love what
the
y'all
score.
doing.
We just trying to up the score,
Oh man, you have to. You have to up the score. You know why? Because you set the level. You set the standard.
You set
It has
the
to be a standard, and you gotta set it. Because at the end of the day,
Yes, sir.
somebody gotta look at y'all and be like, I want their job.
Yeah.
You can have
we
it.
heard
As
that
they
too.
say. As
We
they
heard
say.
that.
You can
As
have it.
they
Let's put it
say.
up the table. You can have it.
You know?
What's up, coach?
So
At the end of the day, you gotta make your idols your competitors.
yes, sir.
You know?
That's it. Up the score, man.